And having several spaces to choose from for rental or lease options, we have kiosks and retail merchandising units available for your needs to help your business thrive. So don't hesitate. Feel free to give us a call. For more information, please contact Krista Pelster, our property manager, at 308-632-6000.
Broadcast from Alliance. Scottsbluff in to take on the Alliance Bulldogs. Looking at the visitors from Scottsbluff first, Maddie Johnson, the second baseman, leads it off, followed by Tierney Schlevy, the right fielder. Brady Lockhomer, the shortstop, will hit third, followed by cleanup hitter Taylor Klein, the third baseman. Kyra Twombly hits fifth. She plays center field. Savannah Salazar, the first baseman, in the number 6 hole. Calera Kenzie, the catcher, hitting seventh. The pitcher, Jordan Grasmick, will be in the 8th slot. And the designated player, Kimber Schallenberger, will be hitting 9th. She's in place of the left fielder, Catherine Ricey. Again, for Scottsbluff, it'll be Johnston, Schlevy, and Lockhomer. Klein, Twombly, and Salazar, Kenzie, Grasmick, and Schallenberger. They'll be going up against J.C. Acosta for Alliance in the center circle. For Alliance, their lineup's this way. The pitcher, J.C. Acosta, leads it off. She'll be followed by Calista Trevino, the left fielder. Janae Shoemaker will hit in the 3rd slot. She's the shortstop. Cleanup hitter will be Brandy Seabaum. She's the designated player for the center fielder, Taylor Mannion. Hitting 5th, Elise Stoichke, the third baseman. Erica Busey, the catcher, is in the 6th slot, followed by Aubrey Garrett, the first baseman. Deanna Acosta, the second baseman, hits 8th, followed by Anna Flood, the right fielder. And again, as we said, Taylor Mannion will be in center field, but she is not batting, at least in the starting lineup. She can come in later, of course, if that's the way they set up. We're located along the third baseline, just past third base toward the outfield side. Excellent spot to watch this ball game in. So we are just about ready, as they had a celebration, as we said, only the 3rd home game Alliance has had this year, so they were getting in their senior recognition with their parents tonight for this one. So that's going to take care of the pregame show. Opening pitch is coming up. That takes care of the pregame show, delivered by Pizza Hut.
95% of American corn farms are family-owned.
Farmers grow 70% more corn per ounce of fertilizer than just 35 years ago.
The energy to grow a bushel of corn has dropped by 37% over the past 30 years.
Farmers have cut soil erosion by 44% through new tillage methods.
This is sustaining innovation, and it's how Nebraska corn farmers are growing more with less. On the web at nebraskacorn.org.
Across the state, every eye and ear is focused on one stadium where the sea of red is man-made. A place where every Saturday is a stage for our team, for our resolve, and for our values.
It's toughness, it's dedication, it's work ethic. That's what Nebraska is.
This is Husker Nation.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. Learn more at wncc.edu. A couple of weeks ago, we went through some numbers that were given to us by the National Federation of High Schools, and I thought they might be interesting since that was on a football night. Maybe some softball fans didn't have the opportunity to hear that. And for the 29th consecutive year, participants in high school sports increased in the 2017-18 school year. More than 15,000 additional girls became involved in girls' sports programs, according to the National Federation of State High School Associations. Nearly 8 million high school students participated in high school sports. Number of girls reached an all-time high of 3.4 million, while the number of boys also set a new standard at nearly 4.6 million. There were over 1 million participations in 11-man football. That's a 2% decline from the year before, with 20 schools dropping the sport, but still having over 14,000 schools fielding an 11-man team. Although numbers were down for 11-man, number of 6-man schools increased by 58, and 8-man was up 6. Overall, the number of schools sponsoring football increased by 29 schools, so it appears when a school drops 11-man, they drop to 8-man, and if a school has to drop from 8-man, they now field a 6-man team. The number of female students participating in football, I thought a rather outstanding number here. 2,401 girls played football last year in the United States in high school. This year's survey showed 65 different sports, as well as 13 adapted sports for students with disabilities. The only plain state in the top 10 of participants was Minnesota. In 10th place, Texas and California continue to head the list. So just some numbers there about high school participation and the number of girls, 3.4 million participating in a high school sport in the 2017 and 18 school year. And we'll have a lot of coverage of both boys and girls coming up here. Thursday night, we do have NFL football on 960 AM and 100.3 FM, New York Jets at the Cleveland Browns. Then Friday, we have Michigan at Nebraska in college volleyball on 94.1 The Brand. That'll start about 6:30 Friday night. Also at 6:30, Gehring at Scottsbluff in high school football. Chris Cottrell on 101.7 The Trail with coverage there. Then Saturday, Nebraska's at Michigan in football on the AM, pregame at 5 a.m. and on the FM at 9:15. His kick is at 10 o'clock Mountain Time for that one. Then Saturday, we've got NASCAR coverage coming up also. That'll be the NASCAR Me Cup Series, the Federated Auto Parts 400. That'll start at 4:30 on the Brand following coverage of the football game. And also Saturday, Stanford at Oregon in football at 5:30. That's on 960 a.m. And Sunday, of course, the Broncos play. That'll be a 9 a.m. pregame against the Baltimore Ravens. Later on, we will have New England at Detroit, also on 960. And in college volleyball Sunday on 94.1 The Brand, it's Michigan State at Nebraska. So a lot coming up there. Monday Night Football, Pittsburgh at Tampa Bay. Pregame on that at 5:30 on 960 a.m. And then a week from tonight, Alliance will be in Gehring for high school softball. I will have that one on KNEB.TV for you. And that'll start about 5:45 with the opening pitch at 6 o'clock from Oregon Trail Park. The starting lineups are being introduced. Scottsbluff in their black uniforms with the red numerals and print. It's outlined in white. And Alliance in their home white uniforms. They've got blue numerals and trim. They're in the third base dugout over here right by me. Scottsbluff over on the first base side. Mike Gentry is the coach for the Scottsbluff Lady Bearcats, and Carlos Palomo, coach for the Lady Dogs of Alliance. So the starters have been introduced now for Scottsbluff. The official lineups being sent down to the umpire, and Alliance lineups will be introduced. As we said, only the third home game for Alliance, so they had their senior parents' night just a little bit ago, which is going to delay the start of this one just a bit, but obviously well-deserved for these girls and their parents. So we're just about ready to go on this one. Our opening pitch is brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love at 425 degrees. And don't forget to register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal. And about two-thirds of the Alliance lineup has been introduced. And then we'll be ready for the opening warm-ups for this to get underway. We appreciate your being along tonight, either on 960 AM or our translator, 100.3 FM, or on KNEB.TV. As we said, that's on Mobius, it's on Allo, and on the World Wide Web. You can go to KNEB.TV and pick up the coverage of the ball game tonight. So it's been an interesting year so far between softball, volleyball coverage, football coverage on KNEB.TV, and we're not done yet. We're ready for the national anthem. In Alliance to bring you this game. Chuck Swartz with you at the Logos broadcast booth. I'd like to remind you to download the KNEB Sports app. It's the go-to sports app with the latest news and live scores. Plus, you can watch KNEB.TV and listen to KNEB Sports right in the app. Download the Sports app in the Apple or Google Play Store. Go to KNEB.com under the Sports tab. On Friday nights, boy, there are a lot of high school football games that we have for you. Warm-up pitches being taken by J.C. Acosta as Alliance. You know, I know at some of the tournaments they get to be a home team, but boy, only the third home game of the season for them here at the Hal Murray Complex. So they have to be getting used to leading off in hitting in these ball games. So tonight, they've got last at-bats. We were here earlier in the year, and they needed those last at-bats because they rallied and defeated Gehring, ultimately winning a 6-5, 8-inning contest in the telecast we had here on KNEB.TV. So we are ready to go now. Maddie Johnson will be the leadoff hitter for Scottsbluff. Right-handed batter. She takes a couple practice swings. Now the infielders disperse, and we are ready for this opening pitch, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza. Acosta taking her time as she peers in for the sign, and now is ready. Hit to the right side, scooped by Diana Acosta, and we have our first out of the ball game. So J.C. Acosta pitches, Diana Acosta fields, gets it to Gart at first, and we have one out. So here's Tierney Schlevy. Schlevy, the right fielder. Outfielders playing fairly shallow for Schlevy. She likes to slap hit. Ball one. Doing the catching, Erica Busey. J.C. Acosta in the center circle. Aubrey Garrett, we've already mentioned at first, and Diana Acosta at second base. Fouled away. Counts 1-1 On the left side, Janae Shoemaker, the shortstop. Elise Stokey is the third baseman. She's playing in a couple steps inside the bag, as is Garrett over at first base. Schlevy taking a couple of practice swings there. In left field, Calista Trevino, Taylor Mannion in center, and Anna Flood in right field for Alliance defensively. This one will come in low, so it's 2 balls and a strike. Scottsbluff 4-0, but 2 of those have been by 1 run against Alliance this year. These teams in the same district also. Swing and a miss. We're at 2-2 now. Brady Lockheimer, the freshman shortstop for Scottsbluff, waiting on deck. Again, the outfielder's in fairly shallow. Grounder right back up the middle. Acosta has it, throws for the out. So 2 down. And now Brady Lockheimer to bat it. Probably hear the coach in the background directing his outfielders into where they're to play, and they do back up as Lockheimer steps in. Ball 1. Good night. A little bit of wind coming, but good night for softball. Ball 2 as it's again low coming into the plate. Taylor Klein, the cleanup hitter, hoping for a chance to bat here in the first. .2-0 delivery is swung on viciously. Strike 1. Two balls and a strike as Lockheimer had stepped out for a moment. Checks her swing. It's going to be 3-1, I believe. I blocked occasionally by some of the dugout members of Alliance, so I couldn't tell for sure on the indication by the umpire there. And the scoreboard's way behind. There's a grounder foul, third base side. So we know we've got 2 strike count. Believe it's 3-2. Nobody on. J.C. Acosta hoping for a 1-2-3 inning here in the first. Grounded sharply into left field between Stoichi and Shoemaker. Trevino will get the ball back in cleanly, and Lockheimer with the first hit for Scottsbluff in the ball game. So a 2-out hit extends the inning. Taylor Klein, the cleanup hitter, the third baseman for Scottsbluff, steps in. Schleve, the only lefty in the lineup so far. Ball 1. Runner at first, 2 down. Grounded foul at the plate, so 1 ball, 1 strike on Taylor Klein. Acosta toes the pitching plate, goes into her motion. And that one will miss. So 2 balls, a strike. Kyra Twombly waiting on deck here. Klein checked her swing. There's strike. So Klein thinking she had drawn the walk, didn't, and we've gone to the full count now. 3 balls, couple of strikes, 2 out, runner at first. And that one misses, so there's the walk. Taking second quickly will be Lockheimer, but she stays there as the catcher Busey hurries over and makes sure she doesn't go first to third on a walk. So the first walk issued by Acosta keeps the inning going, and it's time for Kyra Twombly. Twombly, the senior center fielder. Second base Lockheimer had taken a little move off there as the ball had missed, so ball 1 on Twombly. And this will be ripped over the second baseman's head. Leaping was Acosta. She couldn't get it. Here comes the throw in by Mannion, and it's 1-0 Scottsbluff as Lockhomer will score on Twombly's blast to right center field. And Taylor Klein moves to third on the play. So it is 1-0 Scottsbluff. All of this action occurring after there were 2 outs and nobody on base. So now it's Savannah Salazar, the senior first baseman. So a couple of hits, a walk, and a run scored in the inning. Pitch to Salazar will miss. Twombly at second, pretty good speed. Klein over at third, poised to head home. Off-speed pitch will make it ball 2. Kalara Kinsey will be the on-deck hitter here. And it'll be hit up the middle of the left side. Shoemaker cleanly fields and throws for the out. In the inning, there will be 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard. We're through a half inning, Scott.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience. Locate a dealer at biggreenegg.com.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit offers regularly scheduled, accessible bus service serving communities between Alliance and Scottsbluff Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and 21 Panhandle communities on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Reservations are required. Visit panhandletrails.com or call 761-TRIP. Ready for the bottom of the first inning of play here. J.C. Acosta, the pitcher, will lead it off for Alliance in their home white uniforms. Scottsbluff on defense after scoring a 2-out run. 2 outs, nobody on. They ended up with a run and runners at second and third. Acosta takes the pitch, ball 1. Calista Trevino is waiting on deck. Ground ball off the glove of Grasmick. Throwing to first is shortstop Brady Lockhomer for the out. So 1 out. Lockhomer adjusted well to the deflection. And with 1 out, here's Calista Trevino for Alliance. Another right-handed batter. Alliance with a lot of them in the ball game. Strike called on the first pitch. Trevino, a little housekeeping around the plate. Gets her footing just right. And the delivery will be swung on and missed. So quickly 0-2 on Trevino. Janae Shoemaker is on deck for Alliance. Taking her time, Grasmick finally getting the sign here from Kinsey. And it'll be grounded toward third. Short hop, Klein can't handle it. And Trevino will be on the first error of the ball game. So runner on, one out. And here's Shoemaker, who had a grand slam at Scottsbluff. Last time these teams met in regular play, they also had met up in the Scottsbluff Invite just the very next day. Still on the Scottsbluff Diamonds. Grounder foul down the third base side, so it's strike one on Shoemaker as Klein handled it. Wouldn't have had a chance at Trevino at second, but would have had a throw to first. So strike one on Shoemaker, one out, one on. Upstairs, ball one. Coming up Thursday night on 9:60 a.m., New York Jets are at Cleveland to take on the Browns at 6 o'clock. Grounder fouled down the first base side. Salazar will field, but it's well into foul territory by the time it gets to her. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think I've finally figured out the travails with the scoreboard out there. They've got a light bulb burned out. Grounded foul, third base side. Will stay at a ball, 2 strikes. Shoemaker going for one down around her ankles that time. Brandy Seabomb's on deck. Lions batting, home half of the first inning. And went after one at the last instant there. It looked like it might be a cross, so Shoemaker fouls it away. Will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. This will be the 6th pitch that Shoemaker has seen. Trevino at first, no indication of a steal as of yet. And the strikeout as the off-speed pitch got Shoemaker for the first strikeout of the ball game. That makes 2 out. Here's the cleanup hitter, Brandy Seabomb. Strike there. Elise Stoichk's on deck for Alliance. Seabomb batting with 2 out here in the inning. Ground ball to first base. Salazar gloves cleanly, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors. There was a runner, and we're through an inning. It's
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
Things are getting wild over at Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Now through October 15th, take 10% off all Wild Gear and Grizzly products. Come visit us today at our showroom on 10th Street in Gering.
We're ready for the second inning. And the first pitch is swung on, fouled away, out of play by Talera Kinsey. Catcher for Scottsbluff, so strike one. Outfielders straight away, average depth. Infielders back, except at the corners, of course. Not in as tight as they do sometimes, but about a step inside the base. Ground ball, slap to the right side. Acosta cleanly fields and throws for the out. Second chance she's had, and ironically enough for her in the 2 innings so far, both have been against the first batter. So with 1 out, here's Jordan Grasmick, the pitcher for Scottsbluff. One of 3 seniors in the lineup. and she'll lift it into right field. Coming in, Flood now backs off a step and makes the catch. So 2 outs very quickly. And here's Kimber Schallenberger, designated player. 2 outs and nobody on in the first. Scottsbluff ended up getting a run. But 2 outs, nobody on here, and Schallenberger to see if she can extend the inning here a bit. Acosta whistles the pitch. It'll be grounded first base side. That'll be a foul ball, I believe. Nope, they'll say fair. I'm on the opposite side of the diamond, so 3 pitches, 3 outs, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Middle of the second, still Scottsbluff 1, Alliance nothing on the West Coast scoreboard.
95% of American corn farms are family owned.
Farmers grow 70% more corn per ounce of fertilizer than just 35 years ago.
The energy to grow a bushel of corn has dropped by 37% over the past 30 years.
Farmers have cut soil erosion by 44% through new tillage methods.
This is sustaining innovation, and it's how Nebraska corn farmers are growing more with less. On the web at nebraskacorn.org.
The growth and prosperity of our community is dependent on the reinvestment of local dollars into our local economy. When you open a high-interest savings account at Platte Valley Bank, we turn around and loan your money back to our community for new construction, business expansion, home loans, in backing agriculture, and much more. Come save with us at Platte Valley Bank and know that you are doing business with a local bank with local decisions that reinvests your money here in our community.
1-0 Scottsbluff as we go to the bottom of the second. Alliance batting for the second time. They had a base runner on an error the first time, but could advance Trevino no closer than first base to home plate to score. So we'll see what they can do here against Jordan Grasmick. Elise Stoicke, the third baseman, leads it off for the Alliance Lady Dogs. Takes a swing and a miss. Strike one. Haven't set the defense for Scottsbluff for you yet. We'll get that done this half inning. Off speed is in for a called strike. 0-2. Catherine Reisig is in left field. Kyra Twombly in center, and Tierney Schlevy in right field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Double play combination. Brady Lockhomer, the shortstop. Maddie Johnson, the second baseman. The hot corner, Taylor Klein. And the off-speed pitch misses, so 2-2. First baseman is Savannah Salazar. Catching is Talara Kinsey. And Jordan Grasmick in the center of the diamond in the circle. This lifted into right field. Schlevy trots over and puts it away for the out. So 1 down. Here's Erica Busey, catcher. Alliance in the home white, Scottsbluff in their traveling black uniforms with the red numerals outlined in white. These teams will be in that same district. It's October 4-5. Ball 1. They will be in part of a 7-team district, so both Gehring at the Oregon Trail Parks and Scottsbluff at their diamonds over by the high school will be using both diamonds. Keep things moving in that 2-day tournament. Ball and a strike. Busey to be followed by Aubrey Garrett. That one's inside, so 2 balls and a strike as it eludes the glove of Kinsey. Nobody on, 1 out. If you just joined us here in the second inning, Scottsbluff with a run in the first. And that's our score right now, 1-0. This will be rocketed up the middle. Twombly takes it on a hop, gets it back in quickly. But there's the tying run aboard on the first hit by Alliance. Busey at first. Here's Aubrey Garrett, first baseman. And she'll ground it right back to the pitcher. Could have probably thrown over to second to try for one there, but goes for the sure out at first, and Busey will turn back in after a step toward third base. So 2 out, runner in scoring position for Diana Acosta. Acosta, the second baseman for Alliance. Tying run at second. Fouled back on the first pitch, strike one. College volleyball coming up Friday night. Michigan is at Nebraska. That'll be on 94.1 The Brand. Pre-game at 6:30 with John. Do have the courtesy runner in for Alliance now. That's Kylie Adams. That one hit her. Yep. I was going to say may have hit her, but it did. So a hit batter. Runners at first and second with 2 down. And Anna Flood, the right fielder, to bat. Flood, one of 4 seniors in the Alliance lineup tonight. We list 10 since they do have a designated player. So 4 seniors, 5 juniors, 1 sophomore. Coach Palamo with a conversation with the umpire for a moment. Now we're ready to go, and Flood steps in. And she'll ground it to third. Klein throws, and the inning is over. So Alliance threatens, but can't get anybody across in the inning. No runs, there was a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left. After 2, still 1-0.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
There's nothing more important than the roof over your head. And when it comes to shingles, ZM Lumber has one of the largest inventories you'll find anywhere. At ZM Lumber, they love Malarkey, Malarkey Legacy, and Highlander architectural shingles. You know you can actually save money on homeowners insurance when you use the Malarkey Legacy Class 4 UL 2218 shingles, where quality and value still count. ZM Lumber and Home Center, your lumber one since 1971.
Maddie Johnson will lead it off here as both teams have had 9 batters in the first 2 innings, but Scottsbluff leading it 1-0. Johnston grounded to Diana Acosta at second in her first at-bat. First pitch of the inning, ripped up the middle. Mannion gets it back in quickly, and Scottsbluff with a leadoff base runner on their third hit. Lockhomer and Johnston with singles, and Twombly with the double. That did drive the run in. That's the only run we've had. Trying to bunt it, but it's foul, is Tierney Schlieve, excuse me. She grounded one right back to the pitcher the first time. J.C. Acosta threw her out. Wind picking up a little bit in intensity, but shouldn't be enough to disrupt fly balls too much. It'll be a ball and a strike. Johnston at first, poised, ready to run. This will be popped into left, and it's over. Calista Trevino's outstretched glove. Rounding second, Johnston will pull in at third. So Johnston moves first to third as that ball just got over the glove of Trevino. So Schleve puts 2 runners in scoring position. And Brady Lockemer, who singled her first time. She has the lone run scored in the game, but could give her team some added insurance. She'll check her swing. It will be a strike. Again, we're behind the Alliance dugout somewhat, and when people in the dugout stand, we don't have a good indication from the umpire. It is 1-1 now as that pitch misses. So Johnston at third, Schleve at second. And Lockhomer lifts it deep left center field. And a nice catch. Johnston will score on the play. And it's a sac fly for Lockhomer. But a nice catch by Mannion in center field. Johnston scoring. Schleve moves to third on the play. So it's 2-0 Scottsbluff. Here's Taylor Klein, who walked her first time. There's a strike. Runner at third. Off speed will be a strike. So 0-2 to Klein. There's 1 out, a run across. It's now 2-0 Scottsbluff. Ball and 2 strikes. And we go to 2-2. Kyra Twombly on deck. Scottsbluff with 2 runs home in the game so far. Threatening for another. And it'll be launched into center. It'll be caught on a diving catch by Mannion, but sacrifice fly again. Will result in a run batted in as Schleve crosses the plate. And that makes it a 3-0 game as the first 2 batters getting aboard here in the 3rd inning for Scottsbluff. So 2 runs home, couple of hits, no errors. Now nobody on for Kyra Twombly. Double to right center her first time, and she'll lash this one. Diana Acosta barely having time to get the glove down on it, but Twombly will be safe at first base. So the inning extended on the error. And here's Savannah Salazar. Salazar grounded to Shoemaker at short her first time. Off-speed pitch. Twombly's going. She's out. Didn't slide and is caught stealing. So in the inning, 2 runs, 2 hits. There was an error and nobody left on base due to the caught stealing. So in the middle of the 3rd, Scottsbluff.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
When we transform Nebraska corn into ethanol, it doesn't disappear from the food supply. It just takes a little detour. Ethanol is made from the starch. The rest of the corn becomes livestock feed to create meat and dairy products, corn oil, sweetener, and other food ingredients, and maybe a little carbon dioxide to make your soft drinks fizzy. Homegrown ethanol helps satisfy America's hunger for energy and the world's appetite for feed and food. Nebraska's family corn farmers, sustaining innovation.
You know, you can listen to the game today and relive it tomorrow on the podcast page at kneb.com. Brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gering. Go to the bottom of the third. It's 3-0 now, Scottsbluff. They turned Alliance away in the bottom of the second with a couple of base runners, and then Scottsbluff got their first 2 aboard and scored in the top of the inning. Both teams had 9 bat in the first 2, so it's the leadoff hitter, Acosta. Sharp one-hopper to Klein. She'll throw for the out. So Klein has handled the last 2 fielding chances, the last one in the second, and now the first one in the third. Here's Calista Trevino. Lived on an error the first time. Pitch will miss, ball 1. There's a strike, so 1 ball, 1 strike. Trevino batting with 1 out here in the Alliance half of the third inning. Scottsbluff 4-0 against the Alliance Bulldogs this year, but 2 of them have been 1-run ball games. One we had on KDB.TV. There's a swinging bunt, third base side. Klein has it, guns for the out. So that's 3 straight, or did they call that a foul ball? They called it a foul ball. Must have hit her in the batter's box, so that'll be strike 2. So a ball, 2 strikes. So only 1 out. Chopper up the middle. That'll be through for the base hit. Twombly will field it and bring it back in, but because that was a foul ball, it wasn't an out at first base, and Trevino takes advantage. Her first hit. Second for Alliance in the game, and here's Janae Shoemaker. Shoemaker had a grand slam home run in that game we did at Scottsbluff. Ball 1. That tied it, but Scottsbluff came up with a run to, again, come up with a 1-run victory against Alliance, their second this year. Popped off the fist foul toward the Scottsbluff dugout, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trevino, the runner at first. There's 1 out. Ground balls through for a base hit. And now it gets by the left fielder, Reisig. Sprinting in for Alliance's first run will be Trevino, and Shoemaker pulls in at third. So Shoemaker will get a single to left. Then the error moves her all the way to third and allows Trevino to score on the play. So now 3-1. Scottsbluff on top and threatening. And here's Brandy Seabaum. Short right, and it's going to fall for the base hit. So Seabaum will get a run batted in. Shoemaker scores on the play, and we've got ourselves a 1-run ball game. And now going to second. Seabaum went in on the inattention of the defense. And the tying run is in position now to score. And there's still only 1 out. Just checking here, and on that error that moved runners, but now with the base hit here, and assuming where everybody was at, we're getting some earned runs across for Alliance, and 1 more would tie this game up. Timeout requested by Stoike as she felt a little too much was being taken by Grasmick. Ready to go. Ball one. So Seabaum had a run batted in. Shoemaker can't credit her with one because the runner scored on the miscue. There's the bunt. Throw to first base, slipped out of the hand, and everybody is safe. Johnston, the second baseman, came over to cover because Salazar was charging. Seabaum moves to third on the play. And Stoike on the second error of the inning. So we've had 3 hits, a couple of errors. We have runners at the corners and a 1-run ball game. Here's Busey. She singled to left. Taking time again. Now we're ready with Busey, and as I say that, steps out again to take a couple practice swings. And now the infielders are going to get together with the coach to talk things over here. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our client personal financial goals. Call Kevin Figg and Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, we'll go far. Not a long talk out there in the center of the diamond, but Stoike, the runner at first. Seabaum at second, or at third. And here's the ball grounded to short. Throw to second will get one, but the run will score. So Stoike is out at second. Busey's on a fielder's choice that gets her a run batted in as Seabaum will come trotting in. And we are going to have Adams as the courtesy runner again. So Alliance with a chance to take the lead in the ball game. It's 3-3 and a runner at first with 2 down. Lifted into deep right center field. Counted, it's out of here. Aubrey Garrett with a 2-run home run. And Alliance has taken the lead in the ball game. Talk about an explosive inning. That is now 5 runs across in the inning. So it's 5-3. Lions on top. Diana Acosta to bat now. And obviously with the bases empty. Strike one called. Acosta is the 8th batter in the inning for Alliance. Lifted in the air to left field. Pretty deep. Reisig on the run, but it will be a foul ball. Now they are putting Acosta at first. I am not sure. Oh, they're calling it a home run. most unusual call, but trotting around will be Acosta. The umpires got together for a moment. Believe they were trying to determine if maybe the ball had been touched by Reisig and then went over the fence. I saw no indication, and from where I'm at, I cannot see the left field foul pole at all. And Mike Gentry also kind of the same thing, trying to find out what's going on here, because very delayed call. So we've got a brief halt while they discuss geometry here and angles, I think. So Mike Gentry saying it went on the foul side of the pole, not the fair side, but umpire, the home plate umpire, the only one that would really have the good view on that one. The base umpire would have been off the line considerably, so he can be there for moral support for his compatriot in blue, but that's about it. I might remind you that Ohio National says life changes, and we'll be there. Ohio National, one of our many fine sponsors who help us to bring you these ball games, because obviously it's an undertaking to get the TV and the radio games on, and we appreciate doing it. Boy, a 6-run inning. It's now 2 home runs back-to-back we've had here in this game, and a total of 6 hits in the game off of Grasmick, and a total of 6 runs. We'll have to recreate the inning when we get done, as the conversation is still going on with the home plate umpire, the base umpire, kind of an interested observer, and Michael Gentry, the Scottsbluff coach. Now are they saying second base? Apparently. So it's not a home run. It's a double. They're calling it a ground rule double for getting over, perhaps being touched partially by the left fielder. I'm as confused as you are on this one. We'll just have to put her at second base, so it's 5 runs across. A 6th run is out there potentially, and Acosta at second, and Anna Flood will be batting. Now the base umpire coming over to explain to Carlos Palomo what the ruling was there. So here's Anna Flood. Boy, what an inning. 5 runs across for Alliance. Originally we thought 6, but now Acosta moved to second. And the pitch will be a strike called. So the second extra base hit, that much we do know. A homer and a double this inning for Alliance. Swing by Flood makes it 0-2. Inning started with Trevino singling. Shoemaker singled. Error on the ground ball into left allowed Trevino to score, and we were off to the races. There's a foul to stay 2-2. Seabaum singled to right. Got a run batted in. And Stokey lived on an error. Busey with a fielder's choice that turned into a run batted in. And then Garrett with the home run, a 2-run homer. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So in the inning, 5 runs that came across on 5 hits. There was an error, 2 errors, in fact, on Scottsbluff, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the 4th. Alliance is seesawed on top.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes high-performance lubricants and fuel improvers. We've been helping customers improve their operations for over 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and cut out the middleman and offer excellent service and value. Our products last longer and work better so that you spend less time maintaining equipment and more time making money. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or food processing facility, Hydrotex can help you. Visit hydrotexoil.com or call 308-635-8162.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. the common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
Line foul off the bat of Savannah Salazar to open the inning. So strike one is Salazar, number 6 hitter in the order, leading off for Scottsbluff. Now trailing 5-3. Off-speed pitch, fouled away. Strike 2. Talara Kinsey, then Jordan Grasmick for Scottsbluff, as they had scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third, but a 5-run third by Alliance has given them the lead in the ball game. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Salazar. She grounded to Shoemaker her first at bat. Off-speed pitch gets her strike 3. First strikeout of the game for J.C. Acosta. So with 1 out, here's Talara Kinsey. She grounded to Diana Acosta at second in her only at-bat. Junior checks her swing, but it'll be a strike. One ball, 1 strike. Jordan Grasmick on deck for Scottsbluff. We're in the visitors' half of the 4th inning. Two balls, 1 strike now. Scottsbluff coming in 12-9. Alliance 8-16 on the season. This will be chopped to third. Stoike guns it across, and we've got 2 outs. Here's the pitcher Grasmick, who flied to right field. That was in the 2nd inning, in the midst of a 1-2-3 inning. So J.C. Acosta trying for her 2nd 1-2-3 inning here. Ball 1. Grasmick hitting in the 8th spot in the order. Kimber Schallenberger would be up next. Line foul, third base side. So a ball, a strike, 2 outs, nobody on base. J.C. Acosta, the junior pitcher for Alliance. And it'll be hit hard, and it's past Diana Acosta before she can get the glove down there. And the inning will continue as Grasmick with a sharp single through the right side brings up Kimber Schallenberger. Grounded to Garrett unassisted at first in the final out of the 2nd inning. So trying to avoid that happening here in the 4th inning, Schallenberger steps in. She's the designated player. Acosta delivers. And the throw to second, not in time. So a runner in scoring position. A ball, no strikes. And there's a swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Acosta now toes the pitching plate. It's hit into left center on a line, and that'll be by Mannion at center. Run scores, and a long RBI single there. Might mention Mariah Avila was the courtesy runner there for Grasmick. So Scottsbluff draws to within a run. Schallenberger, the run batted in single. It's now a 5-4 ball game. And Maddie Johnson, who singled her last time, steps in. Grounded to second, her first at-bat, so 1 for 2 in the game. There's a strike. That one's going to be high, so it's a ball and a strike to Johnston. Tierney Schlevy scheduled next. Runner at first represents the tying run. Popped up, could be a play in front of the plate. J.C. Acosta makes the grab, and the inning is over. Scottsbluff gets 1 run. They get that on a couple of base hits. There were no errors. And a runner left. Middle of the 4th.
Being an Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get $500 off with the purchase of 2 qualifying implements that turn your tractor into the workhorse it was built to be. Clean up your property and clean up on savings with John Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Bye, Mom.
Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day.
Lead in the ball game, and the first pitch ripped foul down the first base side as J.C. Acosta hit that one solidly. Caused her base coach to leap out of the way. 9 batters last inning. J.C. Acosta had led it off with a grounder to third. This is fouled first base side, out of play. Strike 2 on J.C. Acosta. Grounded one back up the middle the first time, went off Grasmick's glove, and it was fielded by Lockhomer, the shortstop, who threw her out. So J.C. 0 for 2 in the ball game right now. Ball and 2 strikes. Calista Trevino is waiting. She's been on base twice, once on an error, once on a hit. Fouled back. Stay at a ball and 2 strikes. And the count will go 2-2. Lions like to get a win against Scottsbluff before they go to postseason. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will be the 3rd strikeout that Grasmick has recorded in the game. And now Trevino, as we said, 1 for 2, a single, scored last inning, was on an error in the first inning of play. Ball 1 to Trevino. 4th inning of a scheduled 7-inning ball game. Last time we were here, we ended up going 8 innings as Alliance outlasted Gehring by a run. At the knees for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Janae Shoemaker on deck. Strike at the knees again. So a ball, 2 strikes to Trevino. 1 out, nobody on base. Grasmick trying for back-to-back strikeouts for what would be the first time in the game. Way high, 2-2. Grasmick fires, it'll be grounded foul. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shoemaker on deck. Randy Seabaum in the hole. If Alliance can get that far into the order here, they lead it by a run. We're in the home half of the 4th. And we've gone to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Trevino working it back from a 1-2 count. This will be the 7th pitch because she fouled 1 off. And it misses, ball 4. That'll be the first walk, although Grasmick does have a hit batter. And here's Janae Shoemaker. Single to left, got by Reisig, the left fielder. And Trevino came all the way around from first to score on the play. But Shoemaker did not get an RBI on the play because of the error. She'll lash this one into center. And Twombly has it go through her legs. Alliance is going to score at least 1. And the throw comes all the way in and is cut off in the pitcher's circle. And Shoemaker waits at second with an RBI double. Excuse me, a single and an error is what that one will be. So not an RBI because the runner would not have been able to advance. But she's at second and the runner is home, and that's ultimately what counts. And Alliance back up by 2. Seabaum takes the pitch high, and going to third on the play is Shoemaker. So Shoemaker at third, only 1 out, a run home. Seabaum, an RBI single last time. Leaps back out of the way. 2 balls, no strikes. When Alliance scores them, they put them up in bunches. 5 last inning. Showing the bunt, it's a good one. Throw to the plate won't be in time. So Seabaum with a sacrifice bunt that turns fielder's choice. It will not count as an at-bat against her, but she does get a run batted in as Shoemaker comes in to score. So that makes our score 7-4. Seabaum at first, Elise Stoicke batting. Ball 1. So after 1 out, again, Alliance making noise this inning. 2 runs across. Runner at first. Still only 1 out. And that one will elude the catcher, Kinsey. And Seabaum will move in at second. The wild pitch puts Seabaum in scoring position. Stoicke with a 2-ball, no strike count. There's a strike. Erica Busey is on deck for Alliance. High pitch makes it 3 balls and a strike now. Stoicke in command on the count with Seabaum, the runner, at second. And ball 4. So runners at first and second. Second walk of the inning. Busey a single and a fielder's choice, and the fielder's choice scored a run. Grounder up the middle, that's through for the base hit. Seabaum turns. She'll come in to score and moving to third. And now with the throw into the middle, the runner will move to second. All kinds of misplays by Scottsbluff there. That ball Twombly had trouble picking up. Busey will get a run batted in as she was coming around anyway, but the other runners all moved up because of the slow handling. So Busey, a run batted in single to center, moves to second. Stoicke moves to third on the play. And here's Garrett, who homered last time. Ball one. A grounder to the pitcher and a home run is the story for Aubrey Garrett. Stoicke at third, Busey at second. And this one launched into deep right field, and it's back-to-back homers for Aubrey Garrett. She will get 3 runs batted in on the play. And it is now 11-4. So Garrett just blasting 2 of them out of the park in consecutive at-bats. In fact, in a total of 3 pitches, she has 2 home runs. So 5 runs batted in the last 2 innings for Aubrey Garrett. That's 6 runs across this inning. And here's Diana Acosta to see if she can keep it going. There's only 1 out. Popped up, and it'll be the shortstop Lockhomer winning the battle with Taylor Klein to make the out. So 2 outs now. We have had 6 runs in the inning on 3 base hits. Grounder to third. Klein throws to first, and the inning is over. For the second straight time, Alliance had 9 batters in the inning. They'll score 6 runs, 3 hits, no errors, nobody left. After 4, it's 11.
At Platte Valley Bank, we know when you need a loan, time is of the essence. We are locally owned with decisions made right here at the bank. Our lenders are experienced, efficient individuals who are committed to our customers. Our flexible lending policies make it possible to fulfill loan requests, big or small, quickly. Whether you want to purchase a car, home, or even start a business, our committed associates are here to help. Stop into any location today and see what Platte Valley Bank can do for you.
8. What a turnaround in the last couple of innings. Alliance 5 runs and then 6. The third and the fourth innings respectively. And they lead Scottsbluff 11-4. Here's the left-handed hitting Schleve. Grounding it foul at the plate. Strike 1. Alliance 8-16. Scottsbluff 12-9 on the season. Grounder on the left side, deep in the hole. Shoemaker will knock it down, throw, but not in time. Schleve will have an infield base hit there. That one deep in the hole would have taken a nearly impossible play to get the out. So here's Brady Lockhomer, the shortstop. A single, a sacrifice fly. She has a run batted in. Scottsbluff down 7 runs. Foul ball to third base, gloved by Stoike there. So strike one on Lockemer. Cleanup hitter, Taylor Klein next. Take your time coming back into the box is Lockemer. J.C. Acosta into the motion. And we've got ball one, strike one. Ball and a strike on the freshman shortstop for Scottsbluff. Two balls and a strike. And that one will bounce in. Throw to first. Not in time. Schleve had taken a step because the ball was in the dirt. But nice scoop by Busey and throw to first to make it a close play. Nobody down. Runner at first. 3 balls, a strike. And a grounder to third. That will be a foul ball. Backhanded by Stoike. Got the glove in it, but it was foul territory when she made contact. So full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lockemer had gone about halfway to first. Now back, gathers herself, and is in the batter's box. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's ball 4. So the second walk given up by Acosta in the game will put runners at first and second. And here's Taylor Klein. She had a sacrifice fly for a run batted in last time, as that plated Schleve with the third run Scottsbluff had. At the time, 3-0. Ground ball taken in by Shoemaker. She'll throw to third to get the force out. So Schleve is out. Lockemer moves to second. Klein is on the fielder's choice. And with 1 out, Carlos Palomo going to gather his infield for a moment. They enjoy an 11-4 lead. There are 2 on with 1 out. And here's Kyra Twombly. She has doubled, lived on an error, and then was caught stealing to end the 3rd inning of play. So the infielder's just talking things over for a bit. Listen to the game today. You can relive it tomorrow on the podcast page, kneb.com, brought to you by First State Bank of Scottsbluff and Gehring. Talk over, and Twombly to step in. Popped up, short right. Acosta back and has it for the out. That'll make 2 outs. Infield fly probably was in effect there. I didn't see if the umpire had signaled it, but the out would have been recorded anyway. So now with 2 out, here's Savannah Salazar. Salazar is grounded to short and has struck out. This one won't be a strikeout. Acosta, and it takes an funny English bounce on it and gets away. Throw to third, and easily out will be Taylor Klein. So it'll go as a base hit for Salazar, but then Klein thrown out. Lockemer did score on the play, and she scored before the tag out was made, so a run batted in for Salazar. After all of that, there was 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and let's see, nobody left on base. We're through 5, middle of the 5 anyway, and it's 11.
Logos in Gehring is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gehring.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like.
For locations near you, go to huskerfuel.com.
Here's Alliance batting in the fifth inning as they lead it 11-5. Acosta had already made an out. Here's a blooper to third and a tumbling catch by Taylor Klein for the out. So we had a short half inning there. Acosta was out. Now Trevino out on the nice catch by Klein. And Janae Shoemaker to see if she can keep things going. She singled the last 2 times up after striking out her first time. Takes a healthy cut and misses. Strike 1. So 2 out, nobody on base. Umpire checking softball. And we've got timeout for a moment as the catcher, pitcher get together. The batter, the third base coach, Carlos Palamo, will get together. And now the catcher, Talara Kinsey, is talking with Mike Gentry about something. So we've got a halt in play. It was all Scottsbluff in the early going. They led 3-0, but then a 5-run third and a 6-run fourth. Scottsbluff coming back with 1 run, but it's 11-5. Alliance on top. So we're ready to go, whatever the conversation was, and Shoemaker, dangerous batter, settles back in. She'll launch it down the right side, but foul, giving chase with Schlevy, but could not get to it in time. 0-2 now on Shoemaker with the cleanup hitter, Brandy Seabaum, waiting in the on-deck circle. Schlevy back in position, so Grasmick looks into Kinsey for the sign. And this one lined to right, coming on and making the catch is Schlevy. Looked like it wanted to come out of the glove, but she clamped down on it. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We're through 5, 11-5.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
2. So no balls, 2 strikes on Schallenberger. Grasmick, the runner, at second. A little bit of sprinkling coming down now, too. 1 ball, 2 strikes as that one narrowly misses. Welcome back. We had some technical problems there, so runner is going to third and is in safely. So Avila with the stolen base. Schallenberger with a 2 ball, 2 strike count. That one will miss. And I apologize, we've had some people to stand in between us and the batter and the umpire. We can't see for sure on some of the calls. So popped up. Acosta on the run. The catcher over, and Busey has it fall out of the glove. So it'll stay at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 11-6. We were off momentarily there, a power outage of some sort. There's a line foul. So the count stays full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The runner at third is Avila, the courtesy runner for Grasmick. Jones doubled to start and came in on Grasmick's hit. So 3-2. And the pitch misses, ball 4. So the first 3 batters aboard here in the 6th for Scottsbluff. 1 has already scored. We've got runners at the corners. And Maddie Johnson scheduled to hit now. Johnston singled in 3 tries so far, has a run scored in the game. Johnston steps in with runners at first and third, nobody down. Alliance leading it by 5 in the next to last inning. Ball 1. Both teams have had some innings where they've had lots of batters. In fact, Alliance 2 consecutive innings batted around, had 9 batters in the inning. There's strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Catcher Busey coming out, giving the infield some signals as to how they will defend if Schallenberger tries to steal second base. This will be lined into right field. That'll score the run. Holding at second base will be Schallenberger. Johnston at first, and a run batted in as Avila scores the second run of the inning for Scottsbluff, and we have a timeout again. You can download the KNEB Sports app. It's the go-to sports app with the latest news and live scores. Plus, you can watch kneb.tv and listen to KNEB Sports right in the app. Download the Sports app in the Apple or Google Play Store, or go to kneb.com under the Sports tab. Tierney Schlavy will step in. She has gone 2 for 3. Grounded to the pitcher, then she doubled in the third, singled in the 5th. Acosta whistles the pitch. It's low. The runners will hold. Ball 1. And this will be lofted toward third. Shoemaker picks it up and tags for the out. So that'll make one out. Johnson, of course, moves to second. Schleve on the fielder's choice. And Brady Lockhomer to see if she can keep things going here. Lockhomer has walked, had a sacrifice fly, and a single in the ball game. Apologize for the technical difficulties. A couple of runs across for Scottsbluff. Hard grounder to Shoemaker. She'll throw to third for the out. So consecutive fielders' choices to Shoemaker on ground balls have resulted in 2 outs. So 2 runs in the inning. But Alliance enjoying an 11-7 lead. Here's Taylor Klein. Walked, a sac fly, and a grounder into a fielder's choice. Klein's been on a couple of times, plus a run batted in on a sacrifice fly. Takes strike 1. This one will bounce and hit her. So she'll be on. That'll be the first hit batter by Acosta. Grasmick has had a hit batsman in this game. And that loads them up. So Schleve's at third, Lockhomer's at second, Klein is on at first, and Kyra Twombly up. 1 for 3, a double, lived on an error, and popped to second. Tying run at the plate in the next to last inning. Acosta, and it's ripped up the middle for a base hit. And the throw coming in will be cut off. Schleve will score. Lockhomer will score. So 2 RBI for Twombly on the single up the middle. Klein will hold at second. So we've had a total of 4 runs in the inning now. And it's 11-9. Big swing by Salazar, strike 1. She is the 9th batter this inning. 4 runs across. There's a strike. No balls, 2 strikes on Salazar. And the count goes a ball, 2 strikes. (11-9), Alliance leading. Check swing on a pitch just high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Salazar. Acosta thinking she had her second strike out there and would have been out of a jam. And the pitch misses again. So Klein at second. Twombly at first. 2 outs. Salazar batting. Tying runs on base. We've gone to a full count. We've already had a hit batter and a walk in the inning. Talk about a payoff pitch. And it's looped into short right. It's going to drop as it comes out of the glove of Flood. Twombly will end up at third on the play. Tough play, but one that was in the glove of the right fielder, Flood. And she looks like she's hurt. So we're going to attend to her, so we've got a timeout. Klein will score to get us to within a run of having a tie game. It's gone back and forth, back and forth. Twombly will be at third. Salazar has to hold up at first base. And we are attending to an injury out in right field. Might mention that for more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. Call Kevin Figg and Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, we'll go far. Well, it looks like she's okay. Flood back into right field. Diana Acosta, the second baseman, had been running out for that pop-up. And the player who started everything here, Alex Jones, to bat it. She doubled and scored earlier in the inning. So for the second time this inning, she'll bat. And the pitch will miss low. It gets away. Race to the plate. They've got her trapped. Twombly between home and third. And now Twombly racing back will be tagged for the out. So Twombly out for the third out in the inning. But 5 runs come across in the inning. They get those on 4 base hits. There was an error. And there was 1 runner left on base. In the middle of the 6th, Alliance leads at 11-10 on the Wesco scoreboard.
Regional West.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Field, and she becomes the first base runner of the 6th inning as Alliance with a 1-run lead. The wind blowing out to center field. We've had a few sprinkles at different times, and now the dirt kicking up in the infield. Elise, who walked last time and scored, that in the 6-run 4th inning of play, will be in to bat. This game started out 1-0 in the first. It was 3-0 in the third, and then we had base runners galore. Looks like Mannion is going to come in and run. She's the flex player. She's the center fielder, but not batting in the game, so she's going to run for Seabaum. So now Stoike will step in. Strike. Wind gusting up more and more all along here. The infield dirt kicking around, so infielders, pitcher trying to shield themselves at times. There's the delayed bunt, and it will be a foul ball or fair ball? Fair ball. Nope, foul. He called it foul. I thought he was pointing into fair territory, but it's touched in foul territory. So Stoike will have strike 2. Mannion retreats to first. 1-run Alliance lead. They were down 3-0. Ripped at the shortstop. Scoop to second for 1. Throw to first. Double play. So Mannion is out at second on Lockhomer's toss to Johnston, who relays to first, and a double play. So now Erica Busey to see if she can keep the inning going for Alliance here. Busey, a busy gal tonight. She's 2 for 3, has a couple of runs batted in. And lofts it into deep center. Twombly's back, can't get to it, it's off the wall. Right fielder Schleve will retrieve, throws in, but heading into third safely will be Busey with the triple. Well, we haven't had an individual hit for the cycle tonight, but we have had doubles, triples, homers, and singles in this game. Here's Aubrey Garrett. She's homered twice. Last 2 times up, in fact. She has 5 runs batted in and 2 scored in the game. And an intentional walk will put her on first base. I can see why that would happen here. First and third, 2 outs. Diana Acosta hit by a pitch, doubled, and popped to short. And we are going to have another runner come in here. Gonzalez, Theala Gonzalez, will be the courtesy runner at first for Garrett. So Gonzalez running at first, Busey running at third, 2 outs, Acosta batting. This is Diana, the senior. J.C. Acosta, the junior pitcher. Strike 1 at the knees. Alliance with a 1-run lead. Scottsbluff to bat in the 7th. Alliance hoping they don't have to bat in the home half. Ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Righty against righty. Launched into center field. That is over Twombly's head. It's off the base of the wall. Alliance is going to score 1, and they'll have to hold the second. But Acosta with her second double of the ball game. Deep left center field. Scored Busey easily. Gonzalez, the pinch runner, went to third on the play. And Acosta down there with the RBI double. Here's Anna Flood. Ball 1. Grounded to third a couple times, struck out once in the game. 2-run lead for Alliance now, and 2 more runners in position. Grounder. Lockhomer fumbles it, has no play, and the run will score. So Flood will get on the error. Gonzalez will score, and Alliance now by 3 runs. Acosta goes to third on the play. So first and third, still 2 out. A double play had set Alliance back to 2 outs, nobody on base, but they've got a couple across and 2 more threatening. And the delivery gets away from the catcher, but the runners will hold. Acosta so far has gone 0 for 3 in the ball game. She has struck out once. 1 ball, 1 strike. This the 7th batter in the inning. Alliance has had 2 innings where they have had everybody back. And it'll be lined down the line. That's a fair ball. A run home. Here comes the second runner around third, and J.C. Acosta pulls in at third base with a 2 RBI triple. Got that one down the line. Schleve couldn't get to it. She hustled it back in, but 2 runs across. It's a 4-run inning and a 5-run lead for Alliance. And here's Calista Trevino. 1 for 4. She's been on base 3 times. Error, a single, a walk. Has a couple of runs scored in the game. 15-10. Grounder chopped up the middle. That's through for a base hit. So an RBI for Trevino. J.C. Acosta comes trotting across to make it 16-10. Here's Janae Shoemaker, 9th person to bat in the inning. And this will be a base hit. Knocked down by Reisig, and she'll get it back in. Fake throw to first because of the runner at third. Trevino would have been able to get up and score on any kind of an opportunity. Shoemaker with the hit to keep the inning going. Still 15-10. We've had 6 hits in the inning, 5 runs across, and 1 error so far. So all but 1 run is earned so far in the inning. That'll be low, ball 1. Seebohm started the inning out with a single. And she's up here batting again. Fouled away, first base side. Seebohm has singled twice. Also 2 runs batted in. And this one launched into right for a base hit. Cut off nicely by Schleve. And it'll be runners at the corners as Seebohm singling for the second time in the inning. That will get Trevino across. It's now 6 runs in the inning, a 7-run lead in the ball game. And Shoemaker's at third base, threatening to make it more. Stoike grounded into the double play earlier in the inning. She's also walked, lived on an error, had a fly to right. She has a run scored in the ball game. Ball 1. The 11th batter this inning for Alliance. A 6-run inning, their second 6-runner of the ball game. They also have had a 5-runner, so all of their runs concentrated in 3 innings. Ball 2. Popped up, could be a play, first base side. Salazar gloves it, and the inning is over. In the inning, 6 runs come across on 6 hits. There was an error and 2 runners left aboard. To the 7th inning, Alliance 17, Scott. What an offensive explosion by Alliance. They've scored 17 runs in 3 of their 6 at-bats and lead at 17-10 over Scottsbluff, a team that is 4-0 against them so far this year. Schleve leads it off as Scottsbluff scored 5 runs last inning to draw within 1 and batted around. Schleve has a double and a single in 4 trips. 2 balls, no strikes. Scottsbluff down 7 in their last at-bat. 3-0. Lockhomer on deck. Scottsbluff 1 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 5 in the sixth. And Schleve draws the leadoff walk. 4th walk allowed by Acosta tonight. Lockhomer has one of them, plus she has a single, a sacrifice fly, and a grounder into a fielder's choice. Throw to first, back in is Schleve. Lockhomer, only a freshman. She scored 3 runs tonight, does have a hit. Grounds it down the third base side. Strike 2 on Lockhomer. Runner at first is Schleve. Grounder, right side. Acosta, nice stop. Throws to second, but Shoemaker can't hold the low throw, and everybody will be safe. So Lockhomer on a fielder's choice. Schleve safe on the error. That'll be the second error on Alliance for all the contact that's been made tonight. Not a bad error total, really. Here is Klein. She is hitless in officially 1 trip. Walked, hit by a pitch, sacrifice fly, and a fielder's choice. Just checking with the dugout to make sure as to if they wanted to go with a pinch or courtesy runner. It looks like we do have a new hitter in the game here also. So, yeah, Shanneman. Hope Shanneman will be batting now. That was what the talk was about. Ball 2. 2 on, nobody out. Grounder up the middle. That's through for the base hit. Quickly bringing it back in is Mannion, so the bases will be loaded. So Shanneman with the base hit. Unofficially 13 hits in the game for Scottsbluff. Alliance about the same total. Swing and a miss. This one bounces in. Doesn't get away quite far enough. Tempted was the runner at third, but deciding better stay put here. Nobody down, but 7 runs behind. And there will be a strike. So. Big swing and a strikeout. This will be popped up and caught. Aubrey Garrett makes the catch, and that'll make 2 away. Still 17-10. Two outs, down to their final chance. So 2 out, the bases are loaded. Lockhomer, the last chance here for Scottsbluff. Pitch will be upstairs. So 2 balls and no strikes. Swing, a foul. A lot of totaling to bring you at the end of this one. And the ground ball over to Shoemaker. She can't come up with it, and everybody is safe. So scoring is Jones on the play. Moving to third will be the runner for Grasmick, Avila. Scheinemann is at second. Lockhomer at first. Klein to bat. And it'll be grounded back to the pitcher. Acosta will throw to the plate for the out. Could have gotten the out at first, but either way, and the game is over. But what a game. 17-11. Might take me a little while to get stuff totaled up on this one, so stick around. We're going to have the post-game show catered by Runza continuing after this on 960 AM, KNEB, and
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Have a ball this fall getting your property in shape with a new John Deere compact tractor. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all compacts, like the hard-working 1 family and the economical 3E series. And get 5.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional.
For 17 in the ball game. And Scottsbluff ended up with 11, usually enough to win a ball game, but not tonight. 17-11 is the final. Let's check and make sure I didn't have everybody done on the Alliance side, so let's go ahead and do Scottsbluff batters first in this one. Maddie Johnson, 2 for 5. A run scored, a run batted in, struck out once. Tierney Schlevy goes 2 for 5, couple of runs scored. One of those hits was a double. Brady Lockhomer, 1 for 3, also had a sacrifice fly, lived on an error. She scored 3 times, also walked, and had a run driven in. Taylor Klein goes 0 for 2, but she walked, was hit by a pitch, had a sacrifice fly, scored a run, and drove one in. Kyra Twombly, 2 for 4, had a single, a double, lived on an error, and drove in 2. Savannah Salazar goes 1 for 4, a single, a run batted in, struck out once, lived on an error, had an RBI. And Talara Kinsey hitless in 2 tries. Alex Jones comes in, goes 1 for 1 with a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Jordan Grasmick, 2 for 4, a single, a double, scored 2, and drove in 1. And Kimber Schallenberger, 1 for 2, a single, a walk, a run batted in. And let's see, Shaneman came in and went 1 for 1 as a pinch hitter. So 11 runs, 13 hits, a couple of errors, 7 left in the game for Scottsbluff in a losing effort. Now to try and get everything totaled on Alliance yet, and believe me, they had lots of batters in this one, so it's going to take a bit to get it. J.C. Acosta ended up going 1 for 5 with a triple, drove in a couple, scored 1, and struck out once. Calista Trevino goes 2 for 4, pair of singles. She also walked. She scored 3 and drove 1 in. Janae Shoemaker goes 3 for 5, all singles, struck out once, and scored 2 runs in the ball game. See, Brandy Seabaum goes 3 for 4 in the game. She had 2 runs scored and drove in a couple. Elise Stoicke for Alliance was 0 for 4, lived on an error and walk, scored a run. Erica Busey ended up with 3 hits, 2 singles, a triple. In 4 tries, she had 3 runs scored and drove in 2. Aubrey Garrett, boy, what a hitting star tonight. After grounding to the pitcher her first time, she hit back-to-back home runs. She also walked. She scored 3 and drove in 5 runs in the ball game. Diana Acosta goes 2 for 3, a pair of doubles, had a run scored and a run batted in, also was hit by a pitch. Anna Flood goes 0 for 4, lived on an error and scored 1 run in the ball game. So 17 runs, 16 hits, the way I had it there, 3 errors, and left, 3 on base in the ball game. So we'll be back to take a look at the pitching in this one as the postgame show catered by Runza continues after this on 960 AM and KNEB.TV.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
Buyers Realty has been helping people in the community find their dream home since 1994. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, our friendly staff will put in the work to help you reach the finish line. We also do property management for buildings in Scottsbluff, Gering, and beyond. You can find an extensive list of our properties by visiting our website at callbuyersrealty.com. Or you can visit our Scottsbluff offices on Avenue B, right next to Bumper to Bumper. Panhandle's best, Buyers Realty. Community strong, community proud, we have what you're looking for.
Well, we're in the post-game show, and when we look at the numbers, they're brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. Looking at the pitching, J.C. Acosta picks up the win, 7 innings, 11 runs, 10 earned, 13 hits, 9 singles, 4 doubles, struck out 1, walked 4, and hit 1 batter in picking up the win. Jordan Grasmick pitches 6 innings, gave up 17 runs, 12 earned, 16 hits. Out of those, 9 singles, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, struck out 3, walked 2, and hit a batter in the ball game. Well, it's time to bring you our player of the game, brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gering. Make Taco John's a game day tradition by unwrapping the original before or after every game. And I think it goes without saying that the first baseman for Alliance is going to pick up our player of the game, Aubrey Garrett. It's rare we see a home run in a game. It's rarer when we see back-to-back homers. Garrett homered out of a total of 3 pitches twice. She drove in 5 runs and scored 3 in the ball game and is our Taco John's player of the game. Scottsbluff improving their record to 9-16 on the year. And Scottsbluff falls to 12-10 on the season. Well, that's going to take care of it from Alliance at the Hal Murray Softball Complex. Chuck Swartz wishing you all a good evening and reminding you the final score again, Alliance 17 and Scottsbluff 11. Yep, thank you, Olivia. Difficult situation. Bye-bye.
Being an